day, future teachers. I am Abigail Kaagbay from BTLED-ICT. Ako rin may chismis, pero hindi kay Zainab, hindi kay Sir Wilbert, at hindi sa mga vloggers. Alam niyo ba ang tungkol kay Leonardo da Vinci and Raffaello Santi? Chismis yon.
Tara, pasukin natin ang mundo ng Renaissance at kilalanin natin ang dalawang artist na ito.
Uy, Shara, may kabating nga pala from BTLED-ICT 1. Makakasama niyo rin ako na kilalanin si Leonardo da Vinci at Raffaello. At ano pang isa-isa rin ako sa mga Christmas. Anyway, it is important to know the basics when we are talking about an artist or kapag gusto nating makilala ang isang artist and malaman ang life background niya. So, asking questions such as where and when were they born, or just simply asking who were they as an artist and as an individual are really, really important. Now, in this case, we are going to talk about Raffaello and Da Vinci. So, these two are from the Renaissance period, and we are here to present a very, very interesting list of facts about these two great artists that will surely satisfy your curiosity about them. So, buckle up and enjoy the ride. So, after learning what Renaissance is, how it works, and how was life back then during this period, we, the Crypto, is here to present and introduce to you a couple more of the most prominent figures from this period in time. So, this is our short presentation about Da Vinci and Raffaello, two of the most famous artists from the Renaissance period. So, ito po si Leonardo da Vinci, as you can see dito sa picture. And he was born on April 15, 1452 in China, Italy. And he died on May 2, 1519 in Amboise, France. So, these are a few of the basics about Leonardo da Vinci. So, ito po yung buhay niya, just a quick overview kung paano siya nabuhay during the Renaissance period. So, Leonardo da Vinci is an Italian artist, engineer, scientist, sculptor, draftsman, and architect. So, ito po yung mga profession niya while he was still alive. And his full name at birth was Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci, which means Leonardo, son of Ser Piero from Vinci. So, of course, we all know naman na he's famous for his name, Leonardo da Vinci, pero hindi po yun yung given birth name niya. Yung da Vinci kasi, yung surname na ginagamit niya is hindi siya, say, formal surname for an individual. It was just, pagpalagay na natin parang nickname. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng Da Vinci is from Vinci, and Vinci is a place in France kung saan siya pinanganak. So, Leonardo da Vinci literally translates to Leonardo from Vinci. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng pangalan niya na alam natin. Pero ito talaga yung birth name niya. Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci. Nang ibig sabihin ay Leonardo, son of Piero from Vinci. Kasi back then, super usual na ganito yung mga surname na ginagamit. Instead of having just one surname, meron sila ng mga katulad nito nung da, tapos D. Yun yung mga pinapalit para magkaroon para ma-identify yung individual. Next, epitomized the Renaissance humanist ideal, and he was called the Renaissance man. So, bakit po siya tinawag na ganyan? Kasi dun nga nakikita niyo, di ba yung binanggit ko kanina, the first bullet, ang dami niyang naging profession and fields nung nabubuhay pa siya. So, sa lahat ng fields na to, nag-excel siya because he was outstanding nung nabubuhay pa nga siya. So, tinawag siyang Renaissance man because nag-excel siya sa lahat ng to, and before, that was very important, especially kung gumagawa ka ng pangalan sa industry. And ayun nga, dahil si Da Vinci is ang dami niyang pinag-excelan, and look kung ano ng pangalan niya these days, ngayong modern times. So, he was called the Renaissance man. He was an illegitimate child. Yung tatay and nanay niya po, hindi po sila kasal actually. yung father niya ay one of the higher ups sa society while his mother is a peasant. So a peasant is someone poor, minsan ni-equate pa siya sa term na alipin or katulong, ganun. So magkaiba talaga yung mundo nila and nabuo nila si Da Vinci. And dahil na illegitimate child siya, meron siyang 17 step-siblings combined from her mother and father's side na family. So, sa 17 na yon, siya yung pang-18, siya lang yung illegitimate child, anak sa labas. Next, he was charged with sodomy. So, sodomy po is a kind of sensitive topic. Siya po ay sexual and it's not very much tackled ngayon. Tabu pa rin siya. Kaya, if you're curious what sodomy is, you can search it up po sa internet and just consume materials at your own risk. So, Leonardo da Vinci was charged with sodomy, and it was said na he was charged with a man. So, Leonardo da Vinci is a man, tapos yung sodomy, na-charge silang dalawa kasama pa ng isang lalaki. So, ito po yung naging root ng mga chismis and usapin na si Da Vinci daw ay homosexual, he's not straight. And ayun po. If you want to know more about it, you can look it up. So he was a chronic procrastinator. So ang chronic procrastinator po is ayun na, mahilig procrastinate, mahilig hindi magtapos ng bagay-bagay. And Leonardo da Vinci is a bad case of procrastinating. So as we all know, yung kay Leonardo da Vinci na mga works ay very famous na these days ngayong modern time. And if we look at those, we can say na, we can assume na he's hardworking kasi ang gaganda ng works, they were very great. But in fact, he was hardworking. Pero hindi siya type ng tao na magtatapos ng gagawin. Say, magsa-start siya ng isang artwork. Instead of finishing this artwork, i-abandon niya yun. Tapos, magsa-start siya ng bago. So, naipon yung mga works niya na hindi tapos. That's why, super dami ng unfinished artworks niya na madidiscuss later ni Miss Abby sa works and pieces of Da Vinci. So, Leonardo da Vinci is a chronic procrastinator. Next, he was an accomplished musician. So, di ba nga, nasabi ko na ang dami niyang profession and fields na napasok when he was still alive. So, he was also an accomplished musician, and may mga pieces pa na na-recover researchers and scholars ngayong modern times about him or from him, and some of these are song notes, mga pieces ng music and such. So, he was an accomplished musician when he was still alive. And next was ambidextrous. So, ambidextrous po ay an ambidextrous person po ay someone who can write using both their right and left hands. So, si Leonardo da Vinci po kaya niya magsulat using his right and left hands. So, this was very helpful to him when he was still living kasi nga, madami siyang nagagawa and all. And sa mga na-recover na pieces niya ng mga researchers na these days, may mga nakita sila na ang tawag nila ay mirror writing. Di ba ang usual nating pagsusulat ay from left to right? So instead of that, left to right, yung mga words na nakita nila from Da Vinci is from right to left. So parang na-mirror yung usual nating pagsusulat. And this is just a theory daw ng mga nakakita. But ginawa niya daw yon para hindi daw makopya yung works niya or hindi daw manakaw ng iba. Pero may ibang scholars na nagsasabi na para daw maiwasan yung pagsusmudge ng pagsusulat niya using his pen. Kasi nga, he can use both his right and left hands when he was creating pieces. I guess this is gonna be fun. So please, listen po, and Miss Kagbay is gonna present.
Miss Shara, kita nyo naman, kahit nasa online class siya, hindi siya nagpapahuli sa chismis. But before we proceed to Leonardo da Vinci artwork, here's the interesting facts about him. Alam nyo ba na may nasagap akong chismis na hindi daw pumapasok ng school si Leonardo da Vinci? he didn't call school. Although Leonardo is responsible for some of the most innovative inventions and ideas of all time, he never actually went to school. The young Leonardo was taught to read, write, and do elementary mathematics, but beyond that, he was free to roam around the Tuscan countryside. Here's another tea. He liked to dissect corpses. If you've ever taken an up-close look at any of Leonardo's anatomical drawings, you'll know that he had an in-depth knowledge of the human body. Leonardo da Vinci's vast range of interests and appetites for knowledge included the human body. He was not content with studying what was available, so he performed human dissections at hospitals in Rome, Florence, and Milan on as many as 30 cadavers. Human anatomy became a real passion of his, so much so that he treated it as its own area of study that was completely independent of the artistic work he did. This expertise was gained by dissecting both animals and humans in order to learn exactly how our system work. Kamamanghaan nyo ang susunod kong nasagap about kay Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci wrote in reverse. Ayon sa nasagap kong chismis, kaya raw nagsusulat si Leonardo da Vinci ng pabaliktad is to avoid plagiarism. It is speculated that his backward writing was part of his efforts to encode his texts and ideas to prevent them from being stolen. Another theory is that since he wrote with his left hand, he reversed his writing in an attempt to avoid smearing the charcoal, chalk, or wet ink that he was using. His unique perspective is revealed by the diagrams, sketches, notes, and observations in his notebooks. Mababasa niyo lang ang kanyang mga sinulat kapag itatapat niyo siya sa salamin. Kung kaya naman, kung mapapansin niyo ang salitang ambulance ay pabaliktad upang madaling mabasa ng mga driver sa kanilang side mirror na ang paparating na sasakyan ay kinakailangan mabigyan ng daan dahil may mga buhay silang kinakailangang iligtas. Alam niyo bang kahit hindi siya nakakuha ng maaayos na achievement sa school ay mayroong Bill Gates na bumili ng kanyang notebook? Bill Gates bought Leonardo da Vinci's book. Way back in 1994, Microsoft founder and rare book collector Bill Gates bought one of Leonardo's notebooks. It is the Codex Leicester for a whopping $30.8 million, which was written somewhere between 1506 and 1510. This is the only copy that exists outside of Europe. The notebook is 72 pages long and it contains Leonardo da Vinci's scientific musings, where he touches on everything from understanding the motion of water to the moon's luminosity and the origins of fossils. Now, here's the famous artwork of Da Vinci. First is Mona Lisa. Alam niyo ba noong August 21, 1911, ninakaw ang The Mona Lisa painting from the Louvre Museum in France? The Who ang nagnakaw ng painting. Walang iba kung hindi si Vincenzo Perugia. Tinago niya ang painting sa apartment niya sa Paris sa loob ng 2 taon. Vincenzo Perugia claimed the reason for his step as patriotism, wanting to bring the painting back after Napoleon stole it. No one is sure where the Mona Lisa was painted. Many believe that Mona Lisa was first painted in Florence in 1503 or 1504. A face recognition software determined that Mona Lisa is 83% happy, 9% disgusted, 6% fearful, and 2% angry. Walang may alam kung sino talaga ang nasa painting unless buhayin natin si Leonardo da Vinci para sabihin niya sa atin kung sino talaga yung idinrawing niya.
Nagbibiro lang ako.
Next Leonardo da Vinci artwork is The Last Supper. Ilang mga bahay siguro ang walang Last Supper na painting sa bahay. Meron pa nga ay mga nakaukit. Alam niyo ba na ang The Last Supper ay wala sa museum? The Last Supper is in the dining hall at the Monastery of Santa Maria del Grazie in Milan, Italy. The Last Supper was commissioned by Lodovico Sforza, Duke of Milan and Leonardo's patron during his first stay in that city for the Dominican Monastery of Santa Maria del Grazie. Depicting a sequential narrative, Leonardo illustrates several closely connected moments in the Gospels. including Matthew chapter 26 verses 21 to 28, in which Jesus declares that one of the apostles will betray him and then institutes the Eucharist. Leonardo, who was intrigued by the manner in which a man's character can reveal itself in posture, expression, and gesture, depicted each disciple's unique reaction to the declaration. The apostles' postures rise, fall, extend, and intertwine as they appear to whisper, yell, grip, and debate around Jesus, who sits serenely in the center. Third artwork of Leonardo da Vinci is self-portrait. Yet some scholars argue that the figure, with its craggy features, furrowed brow, and downcast eyes, appears much older than the age Leonardo ever reached. Leonardo died at the age of 67. They propose that the drawing may be one of his grotesque drawings, sketches he habitually made in his notebooks of people with eccentric features. Whomever the portrait represents, it is a departure from Leonardo's often captivating subjects, yet he managed to imbue the figure with the ability and wisdom of a mature age. Last artwork is Ginevra de Vinci. This is one of only 4 paintings of women by Da Vinci. Ginevra de Vinci, a well-known young Florentine woman, is universally considered to be the portrait sitter. Leonardo painted the portrait in Florence between 1474 and 1478, possibly to commemorate Ginevra's marriage to Luigi de Bernardo Niccolini at the age of 16. It is one of Leonardo's earliest works, finished when he was in his early 20s. Alam niyo siguro sa akin na natatapos ang chismis, no?
Hindi totoo yan.
Hindi ba't dalawang tao dapat nating kilalanin? Si Leonardo and si Raffaello. Makakasama rin natin si Miss Butron and Miss Civico to discuss the life and works of Raffaello.
Thank you, Miss Kagbay. Again, I am Barbie Grace Butron from Group 2. Si Miss Kabatingan nga lamang ba ang may chismis? Ako rin may chismis, pero hindi tungkol kay Leonardo. Ipakikilala ko sa inyo kung sino si Raffaello Santi. Raffaello Santi's full name is Raffaele Sancho de Urbino. He was born on April 6, 1943. He was a master painter and architect in the Italian High Renaissance. He was already considered as a High Renaissance master and the Prince of Painter by the age of 17. Raffaele born to a wealthy family. His parents are Giovanni Santi, his father, and Maria di Battista Charla, his mother. Raffaele Sancho did not have siblings. He was the only child of 3 to survive infancy. His mother died on 1491 when Raffaele was 9 years old. His father remarried Bernardina, the daughter of goldsmith, of the following year. His father was also a painter. He provided Raffaele's early training as a painter. His father died when Raffaele was 11. After his father's death, Raffaele was left to the care of his stepmother. Biographer Giorgio Vasari indicated that Raffaele was later engaged to an Isapa friend who was cardinal, but Raffaele continuously put off the wedding. Raffaele died on April 6, 1520, at the age of 37. He died because of sudden illness, often cited as syphilis. And here, Miss Civico, the one of Certified Chismosa, para dagdagan pa ang inyong nais malaman sa mga artwork ni Raffaello Santi. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Butron, and hello everyone. I'm Maureen Civico and your last reporter of this group. But before we proceed to this topic, let me tell you something. I'm also a certified chismosa, you know. I know your secrets. So, let's go back to the topic about Raffaello's pieces and work. He was part of the Holy Trinity of High Renaissance, alongside with 2 other famous artists, named Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Aside from being considered the most celebrated artist in 18th and 19th century, Here are the following facts about Raphael. Raphael is best known for his Madonnas. Had rivalry against with Michelangelo. The two artists constantly compared and compete for commission. Raphael was favored between them and received the best project due to his character and great charm. Despite this, he viewed Michelangelo frescoes in Sistine Chapel and paid homage to his rival by painting him in the School of Athens. Here are some famous artwork of Raphael. Raphael's work of art, The Transfiguration, is considered to be one of Raphael's best work. It was created beginning in 1516 and was thought to be finished by his student of art, Giulio Romano, in 1520. After Raphael's premature death, with such a masterpiece, it was a pity that Raphael died on Good Friday, 1520. The painting of the Transfiguration was exposed next to the body of Raphael days after his death, and it was initially placed above his tomb in Pantheon. Artistic composition is divided into two distinct parts. The upper part of the painting depicts Christ elevated in front of billowing, illuminated clouds, and on either side of him are the prophet Elijah and Moses. While in lower portion of the painting, the apostles are depicted trying unsuccessfully to rid of the possessed boy of demon. The upper portion show a transfigured Christ appearing to be performing a miracle, curing the boy and ridding him of the evil. Next is the Sistine Madonna. The Sistine Madonna is one of the world's most recognizable painting. Raphael was called to Rome at the end of the 1508 by Pope Julius II, on whom he had made a great impression. The Sistine Madonna was commissioned by Pope Julius II as an altarpiece for the chapel of the convent of Saint Sixtus in Placentia in 1530. Raphael's Sistine Madonna makes heavy use of red, green, and white. Mary in her traditional blue and red, along with Pope Sixtus II in gold and white. He was in charge in the Pope artistic project in Rome. Aside from this, painting, he was involved in decoration, architecture, and antique, and he was appointed commissioner in antique in Rome and tasked to paint the School of Athens. His most famous work was a fresco, the Stanza della Segnatura. The next one is the famous School of Athens. The School of Athens represents all the greatest mathematician, philosopher, and scientists from classical antiquity gathered together, sharing their ideas and learning from each other. These figures all live in different times, but here they are, gathered together under one roof. It was here between 1509 and 1511 that Raphael painted this famous fresco, the School of Athens. It was the second mural painting to be finished for the Stanza della Segnatura, and is regarded as one of the greatest Renaissance paintings. The general theme of the picture, indeed the whole room, is the synthesis of worldly Greek and spiritual Christians thinking and rank alongside the finest example of classical-inspired Renaissance art.
For the last part is the other masterpiece of his career, the Disputation of the Holy Sacrament, or it was painted between 1509 and 1510. The Parnassus 1511, Cardinal and Theological Values 1511. Liber Gardinier, The Triumph of Galatia 1514, The Marriage of the Virgin 1504. La Fornarina, Raphael's most well-known lover was Margarita Luti, the daughter of a baker. And for the final years is the self-portrait with a friend 1518 to 1520. Currently located in the Louvre Museum of Paris, France.
And that would be all. Thank you.